It is not a coincidence that you are viewing this video at this moment, but they realize that you are not watching the videos like you used to, and that you are no longer listening to the messages of the angels, God, and Jesus Christ. Listen and watch the messages that have been brought to you, my friends. We are doing this for you. You are the focus of Jesus' conversation with you at this very now. You were the subject of a recent private meeting, and the topics of conversation were concerning. The choices made in that room have the power to change your life's course, and they require your immediate attention. Enter, I am ready to receive, to take possession of this transmission. Imagine that people with power and influence gathered behind closed doors to discuss you. Unbeknownst to you, significant choices were made and plans that would change your life were considered. Your future was in the room, but you weren't. People who recognize something extraordinary or dangerous in you are mapping out your future, whether it has to do with your work, relationships, or anything very personal. This is not a message for the weak of heart. Rather, it is for those who feel they must know something or are unable to ignore it any longer. Jesus is addressing you personally, bringing to light previously unknown facts and exhorting you to pay close attention, be alert, and get ready. Enter, I am listening, if you're prepared to hear what Jesus has to say. I ask you that your help is very important for us, and I pray to God and Jesus for every support. So you can sign up on the Join button and send a super thanks up to $20. In actuality, those who have the ability to affect your course have taken notice of your life. They have been tracking your development, recording each victory and failure. This gathering was a strategy session rather than a casual discussion. Their goal is either to put obstacles in your way or to help you move closer to your destiny. You are surrounded by murmurs and choices that have the potential to upset the equilibrium of your existence. This is an important time, and you must realize that you are not alone in this. Jesus is leading you, but he requires you to be conscious and vigilant. God already has a plan, and it will succeed, regardless of what these forces have in store for you. Enter Guide Me Jesus to get his direction. This meeting included more than simply adoration. It also covered the difficulties they foresee for you in the future. There are challenges created especially to put your faith, fortitude, and purpose to the test. Like silent shadows in the darkness, hidden problems lurk on the horizon. But Jesus sees them all plainly, and he's prepared to show you. It's critical to realize that these obstacles aren't arbitrary. Rather, they are purposefully positioned by forces who want to either test or discourage you. However, Jesus is by your side, supporting you through every challenge. These difficulties are supposed to make you better, not worse. Even if the road may be challenging, you are meant to pass these challenges. Put "I am ready for the test" into your keyboard to get ready. It became clear that not everyone in the room was against you as they talked about you. Someone you least anticipated, a quiet advocate who believes in your potential and wants to keep you safe, has come out on your side. They have stood up for your values, aspirations, and mission. You are not yet aware of this person's loyalty, but you will eventually discover it. Jesus wants you to be aware that you are finding allies. Even though you may feel alone on this road, there are individuals watching over you that you aren't even aware of yet. Your faith, compassion, and perseverance have inspired these unsung heroes. Input: I welcome my allies to be receptive to people who stand with you. Jesus cautions you about a member of your group who might not be looking out for your best interests in the same sentence. Someone questioned your allegiance, your choices, and your value at that covert encounter. This individual has been fostering doubt and pessimism under the pretense of friendship. Even if they could make you grin, their motivations are more sinister and strategic. Jesus is making you aware of this so you can defend yourself. Sometimes the people who appear to be closest to you and are aware of your hopes and anxieties are actually the adversary. But as you move forward, the disguise of this enemy will come off because God is watching over you. Enter, reveal the truth to uncover the real motivations of those around you. You can make Jesus Christ happy by throwing a super thanks up to $20 to show your benevolence to Jesus. Jesus wants you to know that there will be a heavenly intervention in the midst of these difficulties and betrayals. Heaven has prepared a strategy to keep you safe and lead you through the challenges that lie ahead. Despite the seeming might of the forces opposing you, keep in mind that no power is greater than God's. You will be able to see His hand at work in your life because this intervention will be so obvious and indisputable. The intervention may manifest as a sudden realization, a miracle solution, or an unanticipated opportunity. Whatever shape it takes, have faith that everything is working out for you and that it is closer than you may imagine. Enter, I am open to divine intervention to ask God to give you a miracle. That private encounter revealed an important truth. Your life is about to undergo a significant change that will take place in ways you could never have predicted. You won't even recognize your own life after this deep change. God has big plans for you, but they will require you to move into the unknown and leave behind the familiar. This is a key moment that will completely reshape you. It's not merely a shift in your work or relationship. Jesus wants you to be courageous and approach this change with an open mind. Even though this transition may seem overwhelming, have faith that it is an expression of God's great design for you. Start typing, I am ready for transformation to take control of your life. It's time to take decisive action now that you understand the strong forces at work. These are not times to doubt yourself or retreat in fear. Jesus is paving the path, supporting every choice and every tiny advancement. Fear is normal, but don't let it stop you. Now is the moment for action, bravery, and unwavering faith. Have faith that even when things don't appear to make sense, you're headed in the right direction. Jesus is urging you to be steadfast in your faith, to walk in His light, and to take bold action. Keep in mind that He is directing you at every turn, and even your mistakes are helping you find your destiny. Press I walk in faith to make a commitment to this course. Lastly, Jesus wants you to realize that you are not your typical self. God has personally selected you for a task that will have an influence on other people. Your mission is enormous, as evidenced by the intensity of this voyage, the supporters, the betrayers, and the invisible conflicts. Jesus wants you to completely embrace this reality and acknowledge the power and heavenly favor that are all around you. Even if the weight of your calling may seem heavy, realize that Jesus' unending strength and grace balance it out. Everything you need to fulfill this calling is within of you. Put your faith in Him, rely on Him, and proceed knowing that you have been selected. Input: I am chosen to embrace your spiritual calling. Keep in mind that nothing is random when you read this message. Everything in your life, including the people you surround yourself with, the obstacles you face, and your victories, is carefully planned for your development and purpose. You are in the midst of a great plan that is entirely within God's power, yet beyond your understanding. Jesus is leading you, talking to you, and walking this route with you. Pay attention to Him, have faith in Him, and see how your destiny develops. Enter Amen to firmly ingrain this message in your mind. Prepare yourself because you are about to watch the continuation of the message you need to hear. The moment has come, my darling child, for you to hear a truth that will help you develop, even if it may make you uncomfortable. Pay close attention because the knowledge in this message has the power to alter your perspective on the future. Your decisions now will influence tomorrow. Every choice you make, every action you do shapes the future you have ahead of you. I have seen you stray from the road I lovingly and carefully created, my darling. Every step you've taken away from my route has brought you closer to a day that could present difficulties or questions, even if you may have believed you knew a better way, a shortcut, or even a more fascinating road. I ask you that your help is very important for us, and I pray to God and Jesus for every support. So you can sign up on the Join button and send a super thanks up to $20. If things feel difficult or unexpected tomorrow, you may be inclined to question me. Why are you testing me? Why is this taking place? I want you to realize that these situations are only the outcome of decisions you made along the way. They are not my punishments. I endowed you with free will, which allows you to choose your own path and make your own choices. Although this independence is a great gift, it also entails that you must make sensible decisions. Never forget that I am always here, my child, waiting for you to find your way back to the road of purpose and light. You have the ability to make decisions that bring you happiness, contentment, and tranquility. If tomorrow presents difficulties, meet them head-on with courage, knowing that every action you take with sincerity and purpose will bring you one step closer to my love and direction. Your future is dynamic and always changing as a result of the choices you make today. Think of this letter as your last request, my beloved child, to put your heart and soul in my hands. I want you to stop, inhale deeply, and pay close attention. There is a method to alter the course of tomorrow with these words. I guarantee that if you allow me a few minutes to lead you, we can unlock a new door to the future. Are you prepared to learn something that could completely alter your life? I want you to know something crucial before we start thinking about tomorrow. You may find what I am going to reveal disturbing, but you must know this reality even if it may rock you. A number of things will happen tomorrow, moments that cannot be avoided by wishing them away. This journey has already started, but pay close attention. There is hope. Even the most difficult situations may turn out well for you if you decide to put your complete, sincere, and profound confidence in me. This is an opportunity, a genuine opportunity, to make all the difference. You don't have to tackle obstacles alone when you trust me. You let me walk by your side, supporting and encouraging you when times are difficult. My darling kid, I'm aware of how far apart we've become in recent years. Your heart has straying from the intimacy we used to have. I'm aware that you may not have intended to go this far, but danger has infiltrated this area between us. The difficulties that lie ahead are a reminder of what occurs when you deviate too much from my love and direction, not an attempt to hurt you. But pay close attention. There is still time. You have the opportunity to turn back to me now. I will guide you through the storm if you allow your heart to find refuge in my arms. I have the ability to transform a day that may otherwise seem hopeless into one that is full of optimism. I can teach you how to alter the course of tomorrow. I just ask that you take this leap of trust. Are you prepared to follow my instructions? The dawn of tomorrow brings with it a conflict unlike any you have ever encountered. However, this is a struggle against your own doubts, not one fought with swords or shields. I've been preparing a clean route for you, but these uncertainties have been edging in like shadows. They have encircled your spirit and emotions, making it difficult to see the path ahead. But I'm with you, even in this fight. Even while these uncertainties can seem overwhelming, keep in mind that my strength and love are greater. I am here to assist you in seeing the truth, clearing the fog from your heart and overcoming the cloud. Give me your fears, and I'll help you become brave. As you go through this challenge, let me be your strength. Are you prepared to accept my hand, put your trust in me, and allow me to guide you? Do they feel like huge stones bearing down on you? These uncertainties and anxieties have accumulated, each one bearing the burden of a concern, an injury, or a conviction you might not even be aware you've held. You may not have intended to feed these beliefs, yet you have done so piece by bit. However, every instant of hesitancy and dread has given them the opportunity to establish roots deep within you. They are attempting to suppress your inner light and make you feel helpless and insignificant right now. But pay close attention. This isn't the end. This might be the pivotal moment when those uncertainties are rendered ineffective. Your tale does not stop with this struggle, this fight against anxiety and dread. It's an opportunity to make a new beginning, to push the darkness aside and go ahead into the light. As the Bible states, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, Psalm 46:1. Keep that in mind, my darling child. I am here right by your side like a storm shelter even when darkness envelops you. I am the strength you require when you feel weak. I ask you now, would you rely on me? I see past the anxieties that obscure your vision. Will you grab my hand and move on, believing that I am the only one who can provide the strength? Are you prepared to set aside your doubts and explore what is beyond of them? My darling, the future is not set in stone just yet. This difficulty you are currently facing, this heavy load of anxiety and fear, it may change. How could that happen, you may ask? Recall the tales of bygone eras when my strength and love worked wonders all throughout the planet. I eased the minds of obstinate monarchs, shifted mountains, and opened oceans. Your current doubts are not greater than those miracles, nor are they too great for me to manage. With God, all things are possible, is what Matthew 19:26 says. Yes, everything may vanish like shadows before dawn, including the uncertainties that hold your heart. Allow me to assist you. I just ask that you have confidence, take the initial step, and allow the light to return. My child, you are stronger than you realize, and we can overcome anything as a team. The fact is that you are the key. My light can only enter through you, filling every nook and cranny of your heart and driving out any darkness that might try to lurk. The decision to trust, to sow faith deep inside your soul like a sturdy seed, is entirely up to you. Has God ever let his children down, you ask? Examine my word and keep in mind what I said. Have I not always been faithful and truthful? I have supported people who have called to me through every difficulty and storm, helping them to overcome their uncertainties and anxieties. I'm here for you now. I'm prepared to give you courage and illuminate your way. Have faith in me, kid. Give up the fear that prevents you from moving forward. My promises are more than just words. They are light and life, and they have the capacity to drive out all of your doubts and dark thoughts. Are you going to allow this light in? Will you decide to believe? Do you still feel the weight being lifted? You will find yourself at a crossroads tomorrow as the first rays of dawn spread over the sky. My child, you will have to make a decision. But keep in mind that neither the force of your will nor the strength of your hands will give you strength. It is the trust in your heart that will lead you ahead. Courage and trust on the inside are more important in this situation than physical power. Therefore, keep in mind that I am with you at this same time. Never will I abandon you. And every stride you take forward will be full of purpose, hope, and an unshakable serenity if you choose to allow my light shine inside you and open your heart to faith. Remember this when you gaze to the future, so near to realizing your dreams. Fear cannot rule you, because God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Cling firmly to this fact. Yes, my darling child, I have given you a strength-filled soul, a loving heart, and a calm, clear intellect. Fear may try to communicate with you and cast obstacles in your way, but unless you allow it to, it has no influence here. There is bravery inside you. I have given you tremendous strength and power. Even when the route is difficult and the storms are strong, I swear to lead you. When you have to make decisions tomorrow, keep in mind that uncertainty only leads to failure. Every step may be made more difficult by the weight of doubt. It distorts your vision and reduces the size of your dreams. But your way to success is trust. Belief dispels the darkness. You can see clearly and move forth with power and optimism when you have faith that I will be with you. What will you decide to do now, my child? Will you let uncertainty to dictate your actions, or will you stand with me at your side, prepared to go on the journey I have planned just for you? You have this option. Take a brave step forward. Allow your faith to be the guiding light. Let your soul be strong and your heart confident as tomorrow approaches. Heaven and the cosmos itself are cheering you on, hoping you fulfill your full potential, so you have strong forces on your side. Along your journey, there are hints of support at every turn, but keep in mind that your self-perception is the only thing truly preventing you from achieving your goals. Thoughts like, "I'll never make it," or "I'm not good enough," are not accurate. These are only concerns that are attempting to keep you tiny. You are destined for greatness. It is ingrained in your whole nature. Trust me, if you decide to pursue it, you can do anything. You no longer need to bear the burden of guilt from the past, so let it go. You are being invited to start over right now, free from the things that have previously held you down. You are not defined by your previous transgressions. Feel the weight drop off your shoulders if you forgive yourself. You are now free to pursue the incredible mission you were always destined to have thanks to that forgiveness. Accept the fact that you are destined for more than you can now fathom, my love. You are getting closer to the amazing life that lies ahead with each step you take. By taking a risk when you had no idea what was ahead, you had already demonstrated bravery. You chose to take that initial step despite your fear of failing. You made the decision to go into the arena of life, while others could remain in their comfort zones. You made the decision to embrace all aspects of the trip, including the highs and lows, the successes and the lessons. Yes, the road was unknown, and that jump was intimidating. But now take a look at where you are. From the sidelines, you wouldn't have noticed the opportunities that your bravery is creating. You've embarked on a journey that is already transforming you in incredible ways by taking the first step. Deep within you, every action you perform is igniting fresh development. You're finding power and knowledge you didn't even know you possessed. It's similar like discovering untapped reservoirs of knowledge and vitality that are prepared to support you over any obstacle. Not only that, but fresh opportunities are opening up all around you like flowers after a hard winter. If you had remained back in fear, these opportunities would not have presented themselves. Your audacity has opened doors to even bigger things. You're on an amazing trip that's only getting started, so keep going.